And we're back. And we took a week off. Had some responsibilities. It's called life. We didn't record an episode last week, but we back to it. I did want to, before I jump into this right here, because I got a lot to talk about with our Orioles. You got your Raven jersey on. I don't have no Steeler paraphernalia. But I did want to talk about what's happening in the draft. Because on the Raven side, and this is how I know when an organization is professional. Mm-hmm. The Ravens, Steelers, the 49ers, nobody's talking about them.
Right.
We're talking about the teams that don't know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
The only topic you can talk about with the Steelers is Aaron Rodgers hasn't reported.
Right.
But we know that's going to change. He's going to be the quarterback week 1. The only thing we could talk about with the Ravens, Harbaugh purged one of their guards. But you can't actually tll me anything about what the Ravens are doing. No. It's Fort Knox. Mm-hmm. What the Ravens got planned. And like I said, I remember when I was back in Baltimore, me and Percy went through this exercise when I went out to his house to have dinner. Last time I was in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And we named the teams that had the burden. When I talk about burden, every time a season begins, they're expected to win or make a deep run. Win a Super Bowl and make a deep run. I counted 14. A little less than half the league has the burden. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Dolphins have the burden. I don't think the Colts, the Titans, Arizona, the Raiders, Cleveland, Cincinnati. We know who the burden teams are. Buffalo has the burden. Mm-hmm. The Patriots have the burden. Seattle always has had the burden. Ravens, Steelers, we know who they are. So I just say that to say, if you can just tell me what the Ravens are doing by Harbaugh purging a tackle or a guard y'all didn't want anyway. Now, was he that bad? I didn't see every Raven game at Falele.
Well, I know which one do you like? Is it Pro Football Focus or which one do you?
NFL Next Gen. That's the one I reference.
By any metric,
he's bad.
He's 370 pounds, but
he's too heavy.
You and I know, but there are some guys in the NFL 350, 355, 360.
But they can move. Right. I got you.
This guy. The only reason. Two reasons why I think Harbaugh brought him in. First of all, I heard he's a hard worker. He's trying really hard.
Good for him.
Which makes it even worse, Meal, because he's trying his best. And
he's still getting beat like a drum. Now, is it right guard or left guard?
He was on the right side.
So he's on TJ's side. And he's on Keanu Benton's side.
Right.
Okay, he's
so
not
was
on
next to Rosengarten.
Okay.
And next to the center,
Okay.
The left guard was Voorhees. So, and the other thing is, I don't think Harbaugh. Harbaugh is not stupid. Mm-hmm. He knows Farley is not a great player, but the familiarity, like one of them texted, and also I think he's going to bring him in as like a sixth guy on jumbo package, goal line, whatever, maybe that type of thing. Because I can't imagine the Giants' offensive line is that bad where you're going to give this guy a starting job. I can't. And if they are, they in trouble.
Well, Ed, offensive linemen are really hard to come by.
They are.
So it's only 2 or 3 teams in the NFL that I think are comfortable with all 5 of their offensive linemen, and the Steelers is not one of them. That's why we got to hit guard in the draft early. We're gonna hit guard. And be honest with you, we not too cool at left tackle either. It's doable.
It serves these teams right, but neglecting offensive lines for so long.
And my team did. They did. Kevin Colbert. It's true. No question there. You're right.
Yeah, we've been drafting all these receivers in the first round. It's got to stop.
Right.
It's got to stop.
Get back to the trenches.
They're important, but we've seen these last 2 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm.
Where the game was won.
Look within our division. Burrow got 2 top 10 receivers and is in the bottom third of sacks taken every year.
Can't get him the ball.
Burrow gets hurt and misses some time every year. Not extended, but he misses some. But you got Higgins and Chase. You getting your butt beat and slammed into the dirt. Actually, the game we lost in Cincy, Flacco started. He didn't even play in the first Steeler game.
And you know what, Neil? If y'all would have, Flacco is 250 years old. If y'all would have took care of business in the trenches, Flacco wouldn't have had time. The same thing as Brown.
I know. That's why I have to get used to the paradigm shift in how the Steelers draft, because we're not good at drafting wide receiver now, Ed. We're not. I can't believe I'm saying that, because Donahue was good, Kevin Colbert was excellent, and now we got Khan, and now he getting, like I said a couple podcasts ago, if Kevin Colbert was still our GM, he wouldn't have gotten DK Metcalf on free agency. He wouldn't have given up a second for him or a third, whatever. No, he's probably waiting in training camp. But Khan is better in the trenches. He's better in the trenches, and so I have to get used to that. I'm like getting excited about, oh man, the Steelers gonna draft a wide receiver when it was just second nature to me. Now it's something I have to look forward to. It's like, oh man, we better get this receiver. I wasn't worried about receiver for 30 years with the Steelers. Now I'm excited about them drafting one. So just something I got to get used to. It's ridiculous.
What number you are? 21?
21. That jersey number you got on, Rascal.
Okay. Maybe Jordan Tyson? You think it's possible?
Here's the thing. Here's one thing I've noticed. It happens every year. I can't say especially this year. The national championship game is in the middle of January.
Right.
Indiana, Miami. It's the last game of the college football year. From the middle of January to the end of April, the NFL draft, everybody has this bad habit, even the ones professional, beat writers, reporters, people like me and you, we do something. It's called overanalyze. When the national championship game happened, mid-January, word was out, watching the podcast and listening to all the prognosticators. Ione Vega, left guard for the Penn State Nittany Lions, could fall to the Steelers at 21. In the middle of January, I'm like, oh my God, no way. If he falls to 21, you run to the podium. Now, last week, you know what I saw in the mock draft? If Vega is available and these two receivers are available, who do you take? What happened? He was a grand slam 2.5 months ago. Now we questioning it?
Right.
No, I don't do that. I need to be a little more consistent. And what do you think about that?
It is too much time.
2.5 months.
The end of April. They really strict. I mean, is the draft one day going to be in May?
Oh my God! I hope not. They need to move it up.
They wish they could add more days to the calendar. They wish they could add more weeks to the year. They are so greedy. They're trying to make sure they dominate the headlines forever.
Mm-hmm.
The draft used to be in mid-April, and at one time I
it
believe
did.
It was kind of in early.
You're right, Ed. They keep moving everything back.
Keep moving it back. So, okay. And Super Bowl in February now. Remember, it used to be in January. So that's fine. That's fine. But the time that elapses, like you said, the teams that know what they're doing, and you don't hear anything from them.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason, Neil, is because they know who they want. But again, they don't know how the board is going to work. They don't know which teams are going to do something stupid, like draft a Blaine Gabbert or something like that. And that pushes the board there. And then, like I said, they sitting there, and this guy who's a stud, and I know Percy especially, he's big on this. And, well, maybe not next week, but definitely the following week, I know they're going to be on draft night.
Absolutely.
Mill, I got a list. I got a list for y'all, and I'm not going to break it out until draft night.
Okay, well, we're going to do a show on draft, and the draft starts at 7 p.m. ironically when we start recording, and they only do one round, and we have a 2-hour show approximately. That should be able to cover pick one,
Mo- mo-
14, 21, and we'll stay on, and to maybe all
Okay.
32
Okay.
pick. We'll run
But anyway, Mill,
yeah, go
these
ahead.
teams every year, every year,
Mm-hmm.
every year they
Mm-hmm.
make the same. How do you make the same
I
mistake?
know, because you the Arizona Cardinals say that's
So look, now, we just got finished talking about how important the trenches are.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. But you still have to take the best player available, Bill. You have to. And I'm looking at what some of these teams did in '07, 2010, 2013. And I'll be like, you didn't draft this guy? And you know why I didn't draft him? Because he's a running back. Or because he's an inside linebacker. He's maybe the best player in the draft. You have to take him.
Right,
And
right.
so
We're guilty of that the year we drafted Kenny Pickett. We're guilty of that. 22.
oh, y'all could have had Linderbaum. Now, I think
And we could have had 22, 23, 24, 20. I think we could have had Micah Parsons.
oh, on the other side of TJ. So
That would have been some issues for some offenses. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you teams are going to do it again. It's amazing. This is really amazing. They get paid to do this, and they keep making the same mistake. And you know what? It's not even them making the same mistake, because in a couple of years they get fired, and then they hire somebody else to make the same mistake. So I should say,
Right.
so what I should say is
Yeah,
the
right.
organization keeps making the same
Right.
mistake.
Because
Not-
what happens is it seems like even when you bring a new GM in, if they're a bad organization, they still do the same dumb thing. And you're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
I've
Yeah.
said it 100 times.
Yeah.
Last year, the Ravens had a bad season, but they not a dumb organization. A couple of years ago, the 49ers, when they finished 6 and whatever, bad season, they said, okay, we're going to take that L, but we'll be back.
A lot of people didn't like that draft when they drafted Trey Lance early, and then less than 2 years they moved him on. It
That's
was
another thing. Bill,
it was
that's
like,
another thing.
and it didn't affect them. They absorbed that blow and kept it moving.
Smart organizations, they can make a mistake,
Right.
but you know what? They quickly pivot off of that mistake.
Right.
That's what smart. Look, I'll give you another one. Philly, smart organization. They gave Carson Wentz that big fat contract, and then not too long after that, they said we made a mistake.
We messed up and moved him to the Colts.
And
Now he's on Minnesota, but they moved him from Philly to Indianapolis.
they traded him to the Colts. Well,
And then went from the Colts to the Vikings now. I know.
But the point is, I mean, it was. I don't know exactly how long.
It definitely wasn't 2 seasons before they
It was
moved
not
on
two
from
full
him.
seasons.
It
And they
wasn't.
sneaky in the second round, grabbed Jalen Hurts. In the second round,
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
We
it.
moved on from Kenny. We did. We gave him 2 years, Ed. We moved on. We
See,
moved on.
see, you know what the real dumb organizations do? They stubbornly, oh no, he's going to turn it around.
Ain't no turning around, man.
Year 5, year 6, year 7. Now you're not going to get anything from
I know. Yeah, the 49ers move off of Lance. It's crazy. No, actually, I had a list. This was weeks ago of teams that moved off of quarterbacks. The Patriots moved off of Mac Jones. Steelers moved off of Kenny Pickett. Eagles moved off of Wentz. 49ers moved off of Lance. The Colts moved off of Anthony Richardson. That's just 5 off the top of my head, Ed. You give me some time, I can probably come up with another 5 or 6 more. You got to do it. Flexibility. You absolutely have to do it. But yeah, I had to lead into that because I think the Ravens and the Steelers are 2 quality organizations. And it's just, I'm looking at all these shows, cats are running out of topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Because there are 10 organizations that's not telling you nothing. There's Fort Knox, It's the Pentagon and the White House all wrapped up into one. But 2 weeks ago, Shaw said he would like Akeem Mesidor from the U to be the Ravens' first pick. And I was like, edge rusher.
Oh, yeah, I heard the name.
Now, here's the thing. I didn't say it then, but I had to think about that because I like Mesidor. I think he's a good edge rusher. Bain on one side, Mesidor was on the other. Mesidor may be available in the second round.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Mesidor is not mocked in the first round, and y'all still pick in the middle of each round.
Well, that would be nice.
Here's the thing. If edge rushers, see, again, it's what the quality organizations, when the rest of the league yangs, the quality organizations yang. I think in this draft, there's going to be a run on receiver and edge rusher, but I don't think, and linebacker, I don't think Mesidor is going in the first round. I think he's going to fall. And if the Ravens feel like they can get him whatever number your second round pick is,
14.
that's first round, second round.
Well, it's the same number.
So that's 28?
Well, no.
28 overall.
Teams. No. What I'm saying is, it's 32 teams. Remember the first round. So then we pick again the 14. Add that to 32. So we talking 40. Yeah, you're right.
40, 46.
Man, my math, I can't even. Yeah,
46. Yeah. Oh, I see what you say. Yeah, it's not a snake draft like fantasy football. They go back to one. Okay. 14 and 40. Look, I've seen some mocks, Mesidor going past 46.
I could.
Which means that will free up a first rounder for y'all if y'all can get your edge rusher and a first rounder. Mm-hmm. And that's realistic. I'm telling you. Mesidor, the earliest I've seen him go is what Shaw said at 14. I haven't seen any mock that had him going at 14. None.
Well, history has shown once again, we got to look at the drafts that have taken place, maybe the last 10 or 15 years. There are plenty of guys in the second and third round. We've seen their career, and we say, even my wife has said, when I mentioned to her, this guy, he was a third round pick, she was like, that's not possible. How was he not a first round pick?
Right,
This
right.
is my wife saying it.
Right, I got you.
So the guy picked in the second. Now some of them are bust.
Third round, I still think is high draft capital. 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. 4 through 7, you get what you get. I consider 1 through 3 high draft capital.
Neil, third round pick. Ozzie killed for. To me, to this day, he's still salty about giving up a third round pick for Anquan Bolden, and he helped us win the Super Bowl. And Ozzie still didn't want to give up a third round pick. I know he probably was going to do a fourth.
Yeah, exactly. Anquan was that dude, man.
If you can hit a home run in the third round and you're not paying this guy for 5 years, and he's basically a first round talent, man, you done struck gold. You struck gold.
Wow. Third round. I didn't know y'all gave up a third for Anquan. I think y'all got the better end of that deal.
We did, but try telling Ozzie.
Yeah, I think y'all got the better end of that deal. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, third round. Well, I love Bolden. Florida State boy, by the way. Not that you watch college boy. I remember him in college. He was a man in college. So you call it what you want. But yeah, I've seen some mocks with Mesidor falling. Again, if y'all doing well, I won't do my boys no good. But just for draft talk, that would work out for y'all just great if you don't have to use your first on an edge rush.
In the first round, we get that guard like what we need. Or even, what about this? I'm hearing that, like you said, too much time. People got time on their hands. All they talking about Bain slipping in the first round.
Yeah.
Because people talk about his arms too short. Mill, I'm watching the tape, Mill.
He's a monster, Ed.
He sure is beating guys who have long arms.
Because you can't. He has a motor. You can't. He has heart. Bane, I don't have. I know his arm. You know, I looked at another edge rusher. I'm not comparing him to Von Miller, but his arms weren't the longest. It's just, can you play football? Can you? Are you good at the sport? And he is. Bane doesn't quit. He got a motor. It's Michael McCrary. We're shorter arms, but he's McCrary. McCrary never stopped. Borway never stopped when he was healthy. You know, I'm talking about this 0-1 defense I had. Does the boy go? Yes, he does. So he's dropping over analyzation. Said it a few minutes ago. Can't say I don't have a problem with the short arms. The metrics matter. You can't ignore the metrics. But what's here?
Yeah, man.
What's here?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
You seen tape on him?
As much as I want a guard, if he's there, I think once again the Ravens are gonna be looking at each other saying, this is not real.
And Ruben Bain is absolutely going to be there at 14. I'm telling you he is.
Really?
I'm telling you. I'm counting.
I'll hold you to this.
I'm counting. I'm sure you are. This is being recorded too. I'm looking at the top players in the draft. The one, Mendoza's going to the Raiders. That's foregone conclusion. Next week we're going to do a show why he's blowing off the draft. A decision I don't agree with. He's staying home to be with his family. Get your family to Pittsburgh and be there. This is the NFL draft. It's not important enough for you?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no. I won't waste too much time on it. We are going to spend some time on that. Mendoza. Then there's 3 really good receivers. 3 or 4 edge rushers. And now you at pick 14. Don't forget guard. Bain could fall to the Ravens. I'm telling you, easily.
I'm going to take him.
Easily. And he's short and he's strong, he's stocky. Yeah, he got short arm, but I think the boy can play football.
He said they asked him what his hobby is. He said football. Eat, sleep, breathe. I fell in love. I was like, okay.
I got you.
That expression we have, play like a Raven.
Mm-hmm.
He's
a Raven. He's a Raven. But speaking of Ravens, where's your boy A-Rod, man? Where your boy Aaron? Where he at? I don't see him. Hello? It's like an echo out here. We got a nickname for him in Steeler Nation. You know what we call him? We call him Driftwood. Because he just... we call him Driftwood. I watched this show, Steeler Almighty. One of the guys, Big G, and they calls him Driftwood. I think it's a very appropriate name.
Look, do you think he's... How much did y'all pay him last year again?
10.
I don't think he's playing for that.
He's not. He's not. And they're prepared to pay him more.
How much more?
I'm not sure. They've been mum on it. However, I do think he's going to report the camp earlier than he did last year. Because the owner of the team is kind of like, he didn't say it. He said it. Got to read between the lines what Art Jr. is saying. We expect to see Aaron sooner than later. He didn't say that last year. Tomlin was kind of running the show, and you know how Tomlin is with his veterans. He lets them, I can't say do whatever they want, but he gives a lot of leeway to these vets. I think when Aaron reported last year, post June 1st, I think he's going to be in a little earlier this year. Just my opinion. Now, we're already in early, not quite the middle of April. The reason I don't think the Steelers are going to run to the podium for a quarterback because I think they expect him to be in camp. Yeah.
I honestly don't think he's coming back. Really? Yeah, I honestly believe that.
Okay.
Because for one thing, he did better than what I thought he was going to do. He had y'all offense looking functional, even with their holes, with their issues.
Mm-hmm. Offensive line issues, yeah.
Right.
3,300 yards. Like I told you a podcast or two ago, he outplayed Sam Darnold, the Super Bowl winning quarterback. He did.
To be honest with you, people are going to focus on the couple of games where y'all scored 6 points or 3 points or
And
whatever.
they should.
But
That's fair.
the Cleveland game, but
And the playoff game.
but with the the no protection that he had and the receiver situation after DK got suspended, nobody would have scored any points.
Right. I got
under
you.
those circumstances.
I got you.
But overall, he did better than what I thought. I think he's going to want a significant raise.
Well,
See, Aaron doesn't. I'm telling you, Neil, he don't love football. It's just what he's good at.
come on, Ed.
He likes it.
He likes what he can do for him.
Aaron Rodgers reminds me of Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
It's just so happens that this is what I'm good at, and I'm better at it than most people.
Than most people, you are, yeah.
But Kobe used to love basketball.
Oh, Kobe loved this sport.
He loved basketball.
Yeah,
Brady loved football.
no question.
Aaron Rodgers, he don't love football.
I got you. He loves what he can do for
And
him.
to be honest with you, it has come out of his mouth. It slipped out when he says things like, "Oh, I don't need this. I can host Jeopardy." Can you imagine Brady making a statement like that? Look! I might run for vice president of God help us all. We're the country already in bad enough shape, and then you as vice president?
Right. He said last year in one of his opening press conferences as he came into camp, I don't need this. I want this. And he got all hierarchy and talking about it's good for the soul. I'm like, he is such a hippie. And he is such a hippie. I shouldn't use that word because it's being recorded. I don't need this. I want this. It's good for the soul. I'm like,
Your boy, I know you're not a Mark Madden fan. But
you always quote Mark. You always quote
some of the things he says, Neil, are absolute.
He's right. He's dead on about some stuff, Ed. I'll give him that. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he said, but go ahead.
He said back in the day, Franco Harris, y'all showed him the business. Palomalu wanted to play at least one more year, to my understanding. Y'all showed him the business. Roethlisberger, I believe, wanted to play one more year. Y'all told him, no, that's enough. Hines Ward wanted to play one more year.
Hines was done now.
Yeah, but the point is, he wanted to play one more year. And Pittsburgh now, that's what Pittsburgh used to be. 4 legends. 3 of them Hall of Famers. Some people believe Hines Ward also. 4? All 4 of them Hall of Famers.
I got you.
And Pittsburgh showed us, and now y'all are waiting on a guy who's not a true Steeler at his age. So he's just wondering what happened with the organization. Why did y'all go from being such cutthroat to now, this situation?
That's a good question, Ed. I think it's a multi-tiered answer. One of the reasons is I think they could have PTSD from drafting Kenny Pickett. Aaron, I don't know if you're paying attention, but and y'all don't have this problem, which is what we were kind of texting about in our group text. About, I know you and Shard mainly aren't happy with some of the things Lamar does, but the chances he gives you of winning is great. I'll just leave it at that.
Right.
Have you paid attention just in the past 2 years? I'm not including 26, 24 and 25, the free agent quarterback market? Yeah, the reason you don't have to pay attention to it because you got Lamar. That's number one. It's not your problem. It's our problem. Here's how bad it is. I'm listening to a show. Don't even remember because I do so much driving. I just turn a lot of different shows on. And the host is trying to explain how Seattle. Now this was during the season. The playoffs hadn't even started. It's like week 5 or 6. He's like, "Oh man, we got Sam Darnold, and the Seattle may have been 3-2 or something like that." And then the Steelers. I heard somebody be like, "Oh man, the Steelers need to go for Malik Willis." I'm like, Malik Willis? We're trying to extol the virtues of Sam Darnold, Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones went to the Colts. You see the names out there? There isn't anybody available. There's literally the free agent market provides the Steelers because Donald is on Seattle, Willis is on Tennessee, Daniel Jones is on the Colts. Literally, the best one left is Rodgers. Ed. He's all that's left. So I hate to say it like that. Well, no, actually, I don't like to say it like that. He's the best free agent, and by your admit, you said he did better than what he did, like what you thought he was going to do. 3,300 yards. I said a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He got just under that by 1 or 2 touchdowns. He was pretty close. Minimal turnovers. He turn them all over 10 times. He doesn't turn the ball over. I love that about him. I hear what you're saying. I respect it, but I'm going to give you a little bit of kickback. Rodgers just has to let everybody know that he's the boss of his own life. He's an individual. I think he'll be in camp.
Okay.
I think he'll be in camp. And the Steelers, look, it's their money, but I'm talking about I think they have. I think they have enough to give him 30 a year.
Yeah, they have enough.
But will they
That's
do
not
it?
the issue.
Will
Yeah,
they do
whether-
it? Ed,
whether they
it's
do it.
either him or you go to the second-year boy that missed all of last year, Will Howard, or Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
And
He's saying he's got them over. They probably gonna pony up.
Aaron could have a mediocre year and do better than both of those guys.
Right.
What gives you the best chance to win right now? That's what they need to focus on.
See, the thing is,
Mhm.
you all have really been doing a number on this. You know, y'all been getting quarterbacks for cheap.
Mhm.
You got him having a
We got Fields and Russell Wilson dirt cheap too.
and Russell Wilson. So y'all,
I know.
y'all get y'all stud, y'all
Uh-huh.
decided we're not paying a lot for a quarterback.
Right, I got you. I agree with this. I hear you. This is going to be interesting. The reason I think he's going to report, well, the draft is going to tell a lot. Because I don't want none of the quarterbacks. I'm not going to say I don't want any of them in the draft. I've seen a mock that say we getting Ty Simpson at 21. If they do that, I'm not watching another Steeler game ever. I ain't necessarily picking another team, even though I do like the Texans. I could be a fan of them. I don't want Ty Simpson.
No.
I don't want him.
What round would you take him, if at all?
Actually, I would. I want Drew Allen.
Okay.
4th. We got 3/3. The Steelers literally had 5 picks from pick 21 to 99. 5.
Okay.
If he falls to the first pick in the 4th, if he doesn't work out, Ed, so what? We got 5 picks. You really need really good players. I would draft Drew Allen with our first pick in the 4th. And I don't think that's unreasonable. I really don't. I think Drew Allen.
I've been hearing him in the 3rd or 4th.
That's fine. The last pick in the 3rd round. We got 3/3, the last one, whichever number that is. I think that's 99. And I still wouldn't do it then, Ed. I wouldn't.
Do it?
I think by the draft, Steelers will know whether Rodgers. And honestly, despite Aaron operating on his own timeline in the universe, he understands Steelers are an organization that has to operate. This draft is important for the organizational success. They will know by the draft. And be honest with you, Ed, I think they already know. They're just not releasing publicly.
All right.
I think they know.
Well,
They're not going to wait till the day before the draft and be like, all right, I decide I want to come back. No, man, what are you doing? I think they know.
my prediction for you all, if he definitely comes back,
Uh-huh.
y'all won't draft. Then y'all have 3 quarterbacks, and y'all not gonna take one.
And we should, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Now, what I do want to do is get one of them boys for next year. Not trying to jump too far ahead, but 27 has some studs coming out.
Yeah, that's
In the
what
quarterback room,
is better.
off the break, 7 really good ones.
I think that's what Pittsburgh is looking at.
27, and I'm okay with that. If you don't want a quarterback, hedge all your bets on Rodgers. The offense gets better. The offensive line gets better. Maybe we keep him upright. He doesn't sprain his wrist or get his nose broken in the Buffalo game. You know, so I don't know. It's just he is such. He is so he demands to be isolated. He demands to be apart from everything and everyone.
Yeah.
I'm the
I,
boss of my life.
I personally don't like that, especially not from. See, to me, that's okay for a cornerback or the punter,
Right.
not the quarterback. To me, that's just me
I hear
personally.
you. A good thing.
Harbaugh says that the quarterback is almost like a mini CEO. He's almost like he's a partner with us with this what we trying to do.
Hmm.
I agree with that.
Check this out. How do you feel about, despite the Ravens having a down year in 8 and 9, for the success you guys have had the past several years, is a down year? Lamar there on the voluntary minicamp, showing up, first one there. How you feel about that?
I think he's kind of sending a message to Harbaugh that okay, now that you gone, new regime. All right, I'm all in. I think so.
And
I
how
think
about just because he loves football and his
that,
team?
that's what I'm saying to you, Mill. That's what Lamar is another quirky one. He's quirky. Look, it's a good thing Shaw not on here. You think I'm you
I
think
wish he was.
you think I'm being unkind?
Right.
Um, he Mill. I bet you any amount of money.
Right.
I bet you a 6 pack of Adams
I'm
that
always down for that, baby.
if Harbaugh was still here,
He would.
Lamar would not have shown up early. I guarantee it. I
Hey, are you serious?
guarantee. For what?
Question for you: did he show up early? The previous two? I don't know if you know this offhand. Did he show up early last year? Year before that? Year before that?
You're right. I don't know the track record.
If his track record is he does this normally, then I would say yes, he would have.
Thank, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
listen.
you mean that he doesn't? That you saying that he doesn't?
No, what I'm saying is if this is what he did this year, because I don't know if he shows up to voluntary minicamp.
I don't think it's a pattern for him. I think
He blows him off.
yeah, he comes a little later.
I think
You know what? He does, because I remember when we first hired Todd Monken. I remember Monken saying something about it a couple of days after everybody else was there. I know it's voluntary. I understand that. But Monken was like, man, if he could get in here and, grab the playbook, that would be nice. I said,
Okay. I didn't know Monken said that. Okay. I saw there. And you know what? It could be to let Harbaugh teach Harbaugh a lesson. I'm not doubting that. Also, I think Lamar's such an astute businessman. He's not trying to mess no future money up. Now I don't know how many years they obviously got kicked the can down the road for a quarterback making the money. I saw his cap hit. It's ridiculous. Ravens not even thinking about that, and nor should they.
as far as next year, you mean?
This year, next year.
Well, they fixed it. No, they did it in a way so now it's not nearly like you say. It's impossible what they were going to do this year. But
Okay.
they fixed it for this year. But you're right. It's going to be a recurring issue.
Yeah,
going forward.
yeah, that's the way the NFL set it up for quarterbacks. But yeah, no. I totally understand that. I think the Ravens going 8-9, and despite the things that you and Sean say about Lamar, I still think he wants to win. The reasons we don't understand is probably for a different reason than the average fan thinks.
See, you're right.
He wants to
You're right.
win for him.
You're right. And you know what that reminds me of?
Uh-oh.
That reminds me of Jerry Jones.
Okay.
Jerry Jones, a lot of people don't realize he wants to win, but he will not do anything to win. What Jerry Jones should do is never host another radio show, hire a real general manager, and the Cowboys might win another Super Bowl.
I don't want after every game. I would rather hear from the head coach and the quarterback and not him.
So Jerry wants to win, but he wants to win his way.
His way.
And Lamar is the same way.
I got you.
And this is why I said to y'all that interview I saw with Brady. They asked him, which one of these quarterbacks do you know who are like you? Now we know Brady would do anything. he would cheat.
He'll sell his kids to win a football game.
He, the only one he said, and I agree with him, is Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes is the only one that will do anything. Look,
I got you.
look. What do you need me to do? Run toward the sideline. I'm about to go out of bounds, and the guy barely touched me, and I flail my arms in the air and get 15 yards.
We know Mahomes does that real good, doesn't he?
That's how he won the last time him and Burrow when they met the second time in the AFC Championship.
Personal foul.
That was the difference in the game. The Cincinnati maybe wins that game if it wasn't for that.
Right.
So Mahomes, y'all call me a sissy, y'all call whatever.
I don't care. I don't care.
Anything to win.
I got you. Well, I can't disagree with that. I still think it was a good show of faith, a good show of teamwork, good show of publicity. The quarterback, and be honest with you, there are a few times in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers don't show up to that voluntary mess. There are a couple times Roethlisberger didn't. I'm just telling you, not all of them. Most of them he was there, building a rapport with his receivers. That's fine. But I still think the reasoning is the reasons. Him being there during voluntary is very important. The rest of the team sees that. Your superstar is there when he doesn't have to be. The reasons are the reasons. The players see it. I think Lamar's going to have a tremendous year. I really do. He's going to have another MVP type year. Whether he wins it or not, we'll see. He's going to have another MVP type year. 50 total touchdowns, throw 40, run 10, rush for 1,000, throw for 4. He is. I just feel it in my bones, unfortunately. I do. I just feel it in these old bones.
Let me say this to you. I know we've been down this road before,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a shout out to Shard.
Mm-hmm.
Because Percy is not so much on this band.
He's not. That's you and Shard. Yeah.
And I'm serious this time. I'm not joking. I know I joke a lot about trading them and all, but for real, if the Ravens don't at least make it to the Super Bowl, they don't even have to win it. You make it to the Super Bowl, you play a great game, do your best. If you lose, but if they don't make it to the Super Bowl, this Lamar's last year. They're not gonna keep dealing with this contract. They will trade him after this season if they don't make it to the Super Bowl. Time is running out. He's about to turn 30. You got to make sure you still can get something for him. And out of your own mouth, next year's quarterback play.
It's really good. It's really good.
I'm gonna get one-on-one.
You getting that Manning boy, getting that Arch Manning in. He coming out.
I'm gonna tell you this.
He coming out.
I don't have to pay him anything, and I can put the kind of team around him that I want to.
This year coming up is Lamar's 9th or 10th.
This is going to be his 9th, I believe. He in January. Well, he just turned 29. Next year, when the playoffs start, he's going to turn 30.
He's turning 30.
That's the magic number, Mill.
For quarterbacks, 30?
Yeah, you're right. You
not QBs.
But remember, his style has been. He's taken some hits
Oh,
that other quarterbacks.
He has. He has.
And he was even stubborn about his style of play. Instead of running out of bounds and sliding, he allows himself to get tackled. Oh, it doesn't hurt. At least I can dictate the contact rather than sitting in the pocket and have it your way. Once again.
Right.
Anything to win.
Right.
Look, Jaden Daniels is a baby, and he knows to go out of bounds. He not letting these guys hit him.
Yeah. Increase your chances of earning shit, right? Earnership. I just don't think the Ravens. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
How long do you think they're going to hold on to him?
I'm not sure.
And this, now we do what they did this year and have to redo their contract. Oh, let's make it converted to bonus money because he insists on being paid one of the. Okay, fine.
I got you.
But,
I'm not sure how to answer that question. You're asking somebody who hasn't had a franchise quarterback for going on for the fifth straight season. So my viewership is the teams that have their guy are in great positions.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so that's how I'm viewing it. Oh man, y'all! I'm
How
actually jealous, y'all. How long they expect? Do I expect them to keep putting up?
how long are you going to keep saying, "Oh, well, next year"? You
I
know,
don't. I don't know, Ed. I don't know. I don't know.
next year.
I don't know.
I can't keep
I do
saying.
know one thing. Y'all don't want none of this free agent mess out here.
Well, no, like I said, the draft.
The draft, okay.
Now, 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 let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different with Buffalo and Josh Allen. No matter what, they gonna ride until the wheels fall off
Josh.
with that.
They gonna
Because
ride
they
that
don't
Josh
really care.
train.
But he is the franchise,
Right.
and whenever Josh Allen retires, um, Buffalo is going to go back to finishing in last place. They're going to go back to being the
right.
Buffalo Bills.
Right,
But
right.
but the Ravens won before Lamar. They win with Lamar. They will win after Lamar goes back to Florida
Uh,
and retires.
well, you guys are a
So
quality organization, so you're gonna
yeah,
find a way to
yeah.
win games.
Hmm.
Man, a ditching a two-time MVP. Well, the Patriots let Tom Brady go after 20 years. He just goes and wins another Super Bowl. That's all. Even Montana got let go.
At some
It
point,
happens.
the
It
the
happens.
goal around here is not to make the playoffs or win one playoff game. Oh, we had a great season. No.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is going to be an interesting year coming up. For the Ravens, you said Rodgers going to be out. I think he's going to report. We're going to see uh, over. I would say over the next couple of weeks, but I think that and they already know the answer.
Okay.
The
So he might
Steelers.
have told the owner,
I
maybe,
think they already know.
because I think that's what he did with Tomlin
Yeah,
last
I
year.
think they already know, which is why they didn't go quarterback. Well, Will Howard, but uh, that's my best guesstimate.
So then Michael Pittman, for him to sign with you all, he must have a pretty good idea.
They asked him about Rodgers, and he said, "Oh man, I played with Rodgers on Madden," and I'm like, "Oh Lord, Rodgers so old." But he's speaking about him like he just expected him to be in camp.
Okay.
They asked Rodgers in a brief press conference when they caught up with him. Then he got on the media about being so intrusive and respecting. He said, right now, this is my time. He said, I don't have to talk to you guys right now. You got to respect my space and respect this. And
And
like,
that's another thing about him. Yeah, that's what I mean when I say the things I say about him. He, the fans in Pittsburgh want a Super Bowl for that city way more than Aaron Rodgers does.
they hard
It's,
up. They hard up around. I'm not saying I don't want one, but until we get our franchise quarterback, I know how to compartmentalize my expectations.
right.
I know we've had some words on our group text, but I text differently now because Roethlisberger's not there. I know that
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
been
yeah.
it's different, and I figure that's what I'm supposed to do. What you want me to go out here and guarantee a Super Bowl for 25 and 26? Y'all will look at me like, Mill, stop, just enough. I understand it's called compartmentalization. I know what the free agent quarterback market is in the NFL. I said the past 2 years, I won in the past four. The
Yeah.
Rams guy, Matt Stafford, won a Super Bowl, but that wasn't. They picked him up in 21 or 22, and that was 5 seasons ago.
And also, that wasn't free agency. That was a trade.
Oh yeah, that's how Detroit team got so big from all them draft picks they get to get Matt Stafford. That was very good. Okay, so uh, the market is what the market is. I've learned to temper my expectations. I learned to accept what they do. I just don't think, even with me telling you, Aaron Rodgers outplayed Sam Darnold last year. The Seattle's better in everything else than us.
Everything else, everywhere across the board.
So, look, by my recollection, this is when Seattle still had Geno Smith. I counted five, no more than six drafts it took Seattle to get this team together. 6. This upcoming draft is 23, 24, 25. Omar Khan's 4th. And I think he's on a great path. But he's just in the middle of it.
He's been making some good picks.
He's just in the middle. We got a ways to go, Ed. We got a ways to go. So it's not that I don't think, as Tomlin would say, the standard is a standard. That's even gotten a little dull for me over the past several years. You can't tell me the standard is the standard, and your last 7 playoff games are 0-7. Now, all of them weren't his fault in his defense.
Right.
I'm dinging him for 4 of them. 3 of them, Bill Walsh wouldn't have even won those games. All right?
Now, once again, Neil, you all are doing the same thing you did before you got Roethlisberger. Load up the roster, and then when you get your quarterback,
he's ready to go.
That was the last piece. So that's another reason why we have to get to the Super Bowl this year, Neil. Because I'm not sitting around waiting for. As soon as your roster is ready. Now you all found your stud quarterback, and we still haven't won a Super Bowl with him.
I got you.
And now he's 32,
All right.
33 years
You're
old.
talking like a fan, Ed. You're talking like a fan, Ed. I need you to be professional. Right.
No, check this out. Some of these organizations, you know what Buffalo did? Now, I will give them credit for this. They're kind of smart. They knew. I heard this. I've heard several people say this. They said, Brady's not going to play forever. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure we take over this division if and when he, and they didn't know he was going to leave. You know, they figured he retired. They didn't know he was going to, nobody knew he was going to go to Tampa.
Right.
But as soon as the Patriots' run was over, now Buffalo has won the division. Well, they didn't win the division this year.
The Patriots won it, yeah. But they won there most of the time.
They still went to the playoffs and won a playoff game again. So, you know, Buffalo has been the AFC East for the last several years. So, this is what you might want. You start with your division. You do. So, I'm not going to sit here and watch y'all keep on adding these pieces. Getting Derek Harmon.
I know. Derek
Harmon.
Harmon.
All these guys.
Right.
And then now y'all got a stud quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still waiting for Lamar to get us.
Okay. All right.
Unacceptable.
No, I gotta deal with Justin Fields. Well, y'all got Lamar Jackson though, eh?
Yeah, we got him, Neil. But again, we are not the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and get to it and say, oh, well, we want to sell tickets and we have exciting offense. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
I don't care if the score is 3-0. As long as you win.
Right.
I want to get to the Super Bowl. And that's how the Ravens are. The Ravens have been around for, 30 years?
This is their 30th year right here.
As far as they're concerned, they've only had 2 successful seasons. And that's the mentality I want my organization to have.
Okay.
That may be unreasonable, but that's how you win the Super Bowl, by being unreasonable.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, well, the Steelers are definitely stacking the cupboard. They build in depth. Rodgers comes back. He should do better. He's going to have a better team. He's going to have better receivers. The running back room be about the same. You swapped out Rico Dowdle for Kenneth Gainwell, who did great for us last year. I think overall, the Steelers got better, offensively especially. But yeah, okay. Well, it's on wax head. So you say Rodgers is out. I say he's going to report. You think this year could be, if he doesn't get it done, could be Lamar's last year and be more.
At least make it to
At least make it. Okay, I got you. All right, that's interesting. That's we're gonna see what happens.
The excuses are starting to run out.
I got you. I hear you.
And one major excuse is gone. For all the people that wanted Harbaugh gone, he's gone.
Yeah, now this is Percy's section right here.
I don't want to hear his name anymore.
Right.
He's still sending us texts about Harbaugh. Picking up Daniel football.
I noticed.
That text came from him.
I noticed. Yeah.
It didn't come from Shard. It didn't come from me.
And you definitely didn't come from me, because I didn't even know about it until nephew posted it on our group text.
And he's not one of the egregious ones. my neighbor across the alley from me,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he's watching this. My man, Harbaugh. I don't know what Harbaugh did to him.
He not a Harbaugh dude. He worse than nephew.
Oh, he
Oh my
in
God.
prison.
Oh God.
I mean, oh my gracious. So the excuses are starting to run out.
Okay, well, I like the head coach y'all got. Um, Keith called me. Keith Hicks. Keith called me last week. He said, "Man, why y'all get Mike McCarthy?" And I explained to you, um, I was concerned that not the Steelers. We hired pretty good head coaches. I don't expect McCarthy to be here 20 years like Tomlin was, or 17 like Howard was, or however long Howard was here. I don't expect him to be here that long. I think the head coach is in the building after McCarthy right now.
Oh, could be. Yeah, could be.
The defense coordinator they got, Patrick Graham. I think he's going to supersede.
Yeah.
I think he's after. So you can't say it's another hire, but it's in the same class. I think McCarthy will be here a year or two, no more than 3, and Patrick Graham will take over as the head coach. I'm going to be following that. But I think McCarthy understands the rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to find out how well Minter understands Ravens Steelers. That's because McCarthy's from Pennsylvania. He's from Western Pennsylvania.
Right, right.
He don't like the Ravens. He didn't like the Ravens. We coached Green Bay and Dallas. He's a Steeler. So I'm not saying I just want them to go 2-15 and just want to beat the Ravens twice and lose everybody else. Obviously, I don't want that. But I think he understands the rivalry. I'm going to find out about this boy Jesse Minter because I like Minter. I think he's a Grand Slam hire. But we're going to see if he understands this rivalry, Ed. You have to understand Ravens Steelers. It's an understanding of the ferocity, of the work, the physicality, the will, the desire, all of that. He left San Diego. I ain't saying that was the extent of his coaching career. I mean, the Chargers.
Well, he was here.
Oh, he was in B-more. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was in B-more before. In some defensive capacity.
Harbaugh hired him.
Okay. All right. Well, then he may understand it. If he's here before, then good for him. Because that's right. I forgot. We did talk about that on a couple shows ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was here.
All right. That's fine. I can't wait till we play McCarthy and Minter go against each other for the first time. I can't wait.
Eminem.
Yeah, I can't wait. But hey, anyway, we're going to parlay over into the Orioles. But I'm going to stop this and we're going to start a new one. So stand by.